Minasan, okarinasai. Today a very, very beautiful, talented lady. Such a creative intro. I know, I'm just the best at this. But anyway, she's also the first and so far only fully foreign lady in the LoveLive franchise. And actually just in general of all the voice actors I follow, she's the only one with no Japanese blood in her. So yeah, that's a pretty cool detail about her. Let's get into that career of hers. Liyuu, born January 9th, 1997 in Shanghai, China. Currently with the agency Hori Pro International, where her music is published under the label Lantis. From an early age, she developed an interest in Japanese anime, particularly after watching series such as Cardcaptor Sakura, Shugokara, and Hitman Reborn. During her junior high school years, she watched the series K-On! And gained an interest in the main character Yui. While researching anime, she discovered cosplay, which immediately interested her. Then in high school, she began cosplaying with Yui as her first character. At first, it was difficult to prepare for cosplay since her school prohibited the use of makeup, leaving her with little experience in applying it to herself. Eventually, she began participating in various cosplay events in China before attending her first overseas event, appearing at Winter Comiket in Tokyo in 2016, dressing up as Rem from ReZero. Her cosplaying would gain her a massive following in Japan, eventually leading to her having over 1 million followers on social media, between both Instagram and Twitter X. To rewind a little bit, she was first introduced to LoveLive by a friend in junior high, showing her Muse's 4th single, and she became completely addicted even though the anime wasn't even out yet. Later, she would attend Muse's final live and the LoveLive 9th Anniversary Festival, which leads me right into her career. 2020, despite being a bad year for most, Liyuu debuted as a solo artist with her song Magic Words, the opening for Hatana Illusion. Then there was Carpe Diem, the ending for I'm Standing on a Million Lives. Both of her debut tracks being Annie songs. Good for her. Also, both of those shows having Aqua members associated to them, allowing her to interact with her very soon-to-be future senpai. Which leads me into the next really important part of her career. She was revealed to be the voice of Tankuku, the pastel blue member of Liella. That being in the LoveLive franchise, of course, and later joining the subunit Kaleidoscore. Also permanently moving to Japan in November, which was like right in the middle of the pandemic. Really surprised that they allowed her to do that. I guess because it was for work, it was a special occasion. So moving on to 2021, the anime LoveLive Superstar began to air, and she reprised her role. And actually, as far as I can tell, this is her only anime role and seems to be her only voiceover role in general, not even having unnamed minor characters in other shows or video games. And aside from this, she had 3 digital singles, Ruru Kawaima, Endless Vacation, amazing cover by the way, and then Ambition, which came out on Christmas. This year, she also released her first of many photo books, Light of the Sun, being digital only. And in 2022, she released her very first album, For You, with emphasis on the U's in both words. She also had her first solo show, having the same name as her album. Aside from this, she had 2 singles, True Fool Love, the opening for More Than a Married Couple, then digital-only single, Reply. More digital stuff include 3 more photo books. Jeez. The first one being Valentine's Day Gift. Thank you for that one. Second was Always Forever. And third, Arcana. But also her first hard copy photo book, Heartbeat. She really likes getting her picture taken, and honestly, she has a nice face and a body built for modeling, so yeah, keep them coming. To end the year on sort of a somber note, her and fellow Liella members Sayuri and Naomi were actually involved in a car accident. They claim it was nothing too serious and did return to work about a month later, but Liyuu also did mention that it was bad enough to have bandages on her body. Thankfully they're all healed up now, so let's move on to 2023, which was her most recent single, Bloomin', ending theme for Devil is a Part-Timer Season 2. Now most people agree that is a bad season, but it is a very beloved show overall, so good for her. She also had her first and so far only mini-album, Koi. That word having some sort of special meaning to her, considering it's even in her Instagram handle. Maybe it was just to promote the album and she just never changed it. When I think of Koi, I think of fish, but I guess it also has the meaning of love and affection. So that could also be why she named the album that and kept it in her handle. Anyway, one of the songs, titled Yellow, had a live-action music video, which actually featured her Liella sister, Nagisa Aoyama. Then Liyuu had 2 more photo books, hard copy The Piece of Memories, and digital What Does Love Taste Like? Great question. This year of 2024, not too long ago, her most recent album was Soaring Heart. Beautiful cover by the way, oh my. The title also being the same as her upcoming live tour in April. And that's it for now, with a career total of 7 photo books, 2 full albums, 1 mini, 8 singles, and also being featured in about 4 collab songs with the Japanese musician Juvenile, who has even composed some of her tracks. Oh, and 1 voiceover role. So because of that, we are skipping the extra stuff that I usually talk about and jumping straight into the concert section, which will also be fairly brief. It's mostly just the standard stuff, having her first solo show and the upcoming 3-show tour, and then lots and lots of Liella stuff, being at all 5 of their main lives, with them at the Countdown Live back in 2022, the recent Unit Koshien, and Anisama in 2023. Unfortunately having to miss the Bushy Rock Fest, also in 2023, due to health issues. By herself though, she was at Anisama again, as well as Animax in 2023. That same year, she was also a guest at AFA Singapore. She had a really good year last year. And she's actually going to be at AFA again in May, though this one is in Indonesia. So that is technically it for this section, but I just want to highlight how much this lady performs and just Liella in general, especially the original 5. Their first tour had 11 shows, the second had 3, the third had 7, the fourth had 3 again, and the recent 5th had only 2. Giving the girls a bit of a break, I see, finally. There was also the fan meet tour a few years ago that had 3 shows as well, with all of these being 2-day events. So some quick math here, Liyuu has performed in over 60 concerts since her debut in 2020, if you include the festivals as well, and that's just with Liella. Throw in an extra 5 to 10 for her solo stuff. That's actually crazy. So let's move on to a lot of fun facts. She is 167 centimeters or 5'5.7", being the tallest in not only her LoveLive group, but the franchise as a whole. She's on all of the social medias, like literally all of them: Instagram, Twitter X, Staff Twitter X, TikTok, and even her own website, Liyuu0109.com, which will be linked down below, and honestly, it's really cool and flashy. There's also her own YouTube channel, and speaking of YouTube, she has her own radio show called Liyuu no Hatsuraji. A lovely lad by the name of How Can Sub has subtitled most of the episodes, and I will also have a link to that down below. It's actually really wholesome when you listen and you hear people helping her when she doesn't understand some Japanese words. Oh, and there's also her fan club, Yukoi Days. And now for the facts themselves, let's start off with a fairly large list of cosplays that I found pictures of, including but not limited to Chisato from Rico Rico, Misa Misa, Makima, Rem as well as Amelia, Asuka Langley, Asuna Yuki, Kokoro and Kero from Princess Connect, Chika and Kaguya, Ilya from her Magical Girl spin-off, Megami Tadokoro from Food Wars, Demon Slayers Kanao and Nezuko, all 5 quintuplets, and Kizuna Ai. There's honestly more, but that list was already long enough. And I couldn't find photos for these, but I have seen people talk about her cosplaying LoveLive girls Honoka and Nozomi in the outfits that they wear in the cards from the mobile game. And also apparently Ruby and Kanon from Aqua. Sticking with that, here are a bunch of LoveLive facts. Her favorite members of Muse are Honoka and Maki. Those are actually my 2 favorite as well, with her favorite Muse song being Ashiteru Banzai, a song I don't think I've ever even heard of before. I mean, I'm not exactly the biggest Muse fan by any means, but I thought I heard all of their music. Guess not. So apparently it's actually the B-side to their 4th single, the single that got Liyuu into the franchise in the first place, so that makes total sense. Moving on to Aqua, her favorite member is Mari, great choice. And when asked what her favorite Aqua song is, she said Aquarium, which is my favorite, so I got really excited. But she said she misspoke and meant to say Happy Party Train, which is still a great choice, but you know, Aquarium, goated. Anyway, as for Niji, you'd think her favorite would be Lanzu, but it's actually Kanata. As for her favorite song, it would be the first opening, Nijiro Passions. While learning the dance for Kimi no Sora, Liella's first single, she claims to actually have struggled a lot during the process. Most likely due to the fact that I don't think she had any dancing experience prior to this. Also probably why she doesn't have any other voice roles, because she doesn't really want to be a voice actor. She's more of a singer. That's just my interpretation though. Maybe she does want to be a Seiyuu and she just hasn't had any new roles yet. In December of 2021, she and Akina hosted a full LoveLive Nikonama in Mandarin Chinese, making it the first one to be streamed in a language other than Japanese. Originally only being broadcasted on Bilibili, was later re-uploaded to the main official LoveLive YouTube channel with Japanese subtitles. Nako Misaki is usually always the first one to throw hands, metaphorically of course, anytime the other Liella girls act up or attempt to tease her. But if Nako isn't around, Liyuu is also usually one of the first ones to lose her cool. But I don't think I've ever seen them both ready to throw down at the same time. I'm sure it's happened somewhere, and I'm sure it was glorious. Liyuu also loves to show off her nails after a manicure to the other Liella girls, probably fishing for compliments. And lastly for this section, she is the first girl to voice a character that has the same language as her, same nationality, and basically all of the same hobbies. The character is basically just her. And actually one more, shoutouts to the time that Liyuu spoiled that there would be more members of Liella back when there was only 9 of them. Alright, on to the other random stuff. She is very good in the art department, even saying she was her class's representative. Also claiming to have never played with insects when she was little, which is crazy. I feel like every kid has done this at some point. Like, I used to catch spiders and keep them in jars. My mom didn't like that too much though. Liyuu's real name has never been officially revealed, though people have speculated it's simply the name she uses, but backwards. Since Yu is a common Chinese name, actually also a common Japanese name, but then Li is also a very common Chinese family name. So there is a chance that her name is simply Yu Li. Also, with the whole double language thing, I've noticed that she is super outgoing while speaking in Chinese, but a little more shy and proper while speaking in Japanese, which I feel is actually pretty common for people who speak two languages. That first one is usually very rude and full of slang, while the second one is very proper and polite. Liyuu has also made an appearance on Masayoshi Oishi and Ivy Suzuki's Any Song cover show, singing Catch You Catch Me, the opening for Cardcaptor Sakura, which, if you remember from the intro, that's one of her main inspirations. The penultimate fact, maybe this is more of a me thing, but the way this woman blank stares into the camera, I don't know man, has me feeling some sort of way. And for the final randomest fact, when she was in middle school, she was on roller skates with her class, but she couldn't turn. She could only go in a straight line, so when a wall appeared, she just crashed right into it, resulting in a big lump on her forehead. Round of applause for Liyuu, ladies and gentlemen. So with that, we have reached the ending. As always, I hope you have enjoyed and learned something new. I'm actually going to be ending this one with a clip since I thought it was super cute and I didn't know how to work it into the video. So enjoy that, and please join me in the next one about a former Bandoi lady. I look forward to seeing you there.
要思考很多东西啊！你为什么要重复我说的话？是吗？因为我觉得这个就是他的魅力嘛。你不能做一个复读机，不，你不能做一个复读机。